Hello everyone, I'd like to present the progress report on PCOM number 4. Since the last time, there were a couple of things that happened, and I think they will all be interesting to see. And let's begin. So I think we can start from small things. So right now, if you go to PCOM repository, then you can see that finally we have a dev setup section. So actually, in just like 15 easy steps, you can set up PCOM for local development. And I'm glad to say that we don't have way too many dependencies. So of course you need Node, you need SQL Boiler, and SQL Migrate to do stuff, and you need Postgres. But apart from this, that's it, right? And that should be quite an easy setup for most people. Next, let's go to our blog. So that's my user. And now, if we go to settings, you can see that there is a new section which is called API key. So yes, correct. And now we have an API that allows us to do all sorts of different things, which I'll show you in a minute. So one more thing that I want to show, that I've done a bit of setup on security side. And for example, right now, if we say settings, for example, you can see that in the headers, we send over the CSRF token, and every single action is accompanied and every single action goes together with CSRF token. So that should be good. And also, if we reload the page, we can see, so let's say settings, that there are a couple of security headers, like content security policy and X content type options that are set. So hopefully that will make it harder to do bad stuff without dear blogs. And well, cookies are also set to enable permissions. So that's it. Now to the main part of the demo. So actually, what I've been working on was not PCOM itself, but the way you edit posts for PCOM. As you know, previously it was only our web editor. So here, for example, right, you click edit, and this is what you see, and you can add things there, like my dear subject, for example, and we save it. That's it. So here is the subject, and we can go back, and we can see that this is our posts. Well, you know, like not everybody likes to edit stuff through the web, and I've written a small utility which is called blog, I would say, BLG, right? And we can try to install it and see what happens. So we just take this shell command, then we go to our shell and run it, and hope that everything works as expected. So let's say BLG help. Yes, here we go. So as you can see, there are several comments there, which are interesting to us, and we can try to manage our blog with this tool. So let's go. Let's create a folder, my blog, and we go to my blog. And then what we do is we do BLG edit. Let me see what the syntax is. And the syntax is that, yeah, we need to supply source name. So let's do it. BLG init, then it should be source name. In our case, it's Picom. And then we should say hosts. And in our case, since we're running locally, it should be this, right? So the client will ask you a couple of simple questions. So in this case, it's asking you for login. So in my case, it's this. Then that's the password. But in case of Picom, it shouldn't be the password itself, but rather the API key that I show you. So let's go and copy it over, right? And then we can go back and enter the key and press enter. And that's it. We have it set up. So as you can see, there is a file, posts.json, and well, this will be our storage. And well, keep in mind that the performance of the client is less than stellar, but I think it's just a prototype first. And the second, well, we're not in a rush. So now let's see if we can get our posts in this folder. So for this, we need to do block fetch. So things happened. And if we do ls, we can see several things. First of all, we don't see any posts, right? And second, we see a new folder, which is called remote images. So if I do open remote images, you can see that these are the photos from the blog, right? So now we have images, and also if we open posts.json, then you will see that the images is there. But now what we can do is we can say BLG status, right? And you can see that, well, actually, the client now sees that there are 4 posts on remote. Well, the naming isn't pretty, and I haven't optimized for this, but yeah, we have 4 posts, and now we can do BLG merge. And that's it. So, if we have a look, we can see that, well, now we have all these 4 posts, right? And what's even cooler is that we can just go and edit it, edit them, right? So here I have Visual Studio Code, and I think that would be a good showcase. We can say like open folder, and let's open my blog. Open. Here is. Yes, I trust the authors. And this is the last post. And what we can do is we can do open preview on this slide. So this is our blog. You can see that if I edit it locally, I have exactly the same thing as we had in the editor. And this is working because we have downloaded all the remote images, and this is where they live, right? So we can just edit them, and yeah, let's see. So we're talking about these posts, right? And let's add some change. So let's say we love headers very much, right? So sounds good to me. So if I go back and I say BLG status, you can see that right now, well, none of the files that we have merged are marked as changed, except well, the one that I've changed just now. And what we can do BLG push, and it's done. So if I reload the page, you can see that it's there. And also what's important, we haven't changed the images. So the client caches the information about images uploaded to the service. And that means that, well, if you have an image, you can reuse it over and over again, right? And I'll show you more of this in a minute, right? But let's make things more complicated. We can just go and add more things to it, right? We can say, so I say, right, we add one more thing. And also, let's change the visibility. So here you can see that the visibility was synced as direct only, and say, well, and that's it. So we save it. We go back again, and we do BLG fetch one more time. So if you do status again, you can see that yes, this file has been changed. And let's see if we can get all the information that that I have just talked about, or what we just changed in the edit post. So we do BLG merge. Bam! Oh yeah, here you go, and you see the visibility has changed as well. So the whole thing works in both directions, right? And you can edit your posts anywhere. Right, and you can put all these files in the Git repository, and you can push it, and you can work with it from different machines. It doesn't really matter. So it will just work. And also, of course, you can use Web Editor, right? And the content in your post will be fetched whenever you like. So basically, it gives you all the freedom. And just to prove the point, right, let's create a new post, right? So for this, you go to the folder and say BLG new, right? And BLG new and say well, report demo, something like this, right? So if I do it, the client will create a new file. I haven't used the option to open it, but I can show you that it's there, right? Well, by default, it will open default editor, and in my case, it's, well, actually, it's nothing, but it will be Vim in this case. But I want to show that it's actually kind of simple to do it. So if I open the file, you can see that all the default headers are there, and you need to decide what you do. For example, let's say it will be direct only, and I want to have it published direct away. And well, this is our heading. So next, well, like every post is just better with images. So let's go and make one. So this is a fancy online paint, and what we can do is we can go and render some something, right? Like this, for example, right? Let's say this guy also needs some hair, right? So good. I think good enough for me, at least for my painting skills. So let's say the image. So it's there. If I open it, let's see. Well, here's the image. So what I can do is, well, this image does not. This editor gives you a full picture, and we don't really want it. So let's crop it. So we do this. Yeah, here we go. So we save it, and yeah. Then let's rename it to smiley face PNG. Right. So then next, this is our blog. I don't really want to put images in the root, so let's create a new folder. Let's call it img. Right. We can also put it in remote images. It doesn't really matter, right? Because remote images is just a folder that's created by default to fetch the images. So let's put it there. And here's our new post, and say like, I like to show the features of my blog client. Best client of the year times. And now we can add an image right there. Right, and let's just mention it is this. Here you go. So this is our post, and we can just save it. And if we go to our console again, and we say BLG status, you can see, well, indeed, we have a new post and we haven't pushed it. So let's do just this. So BLG push. Oh, no. Oh, what's happening? Oh, okay, yeah. What's happening is a bug, right? And the bug there is that, well, it should be like this, right? Oh, it still doesn't work, so sorry. Live demo. Let's remove the space just so that our demo works flawlessly. All right, so let's put it this way. Right. Okay. And this is what happened, right? So when we do a push, our client analyzes image content and tries to find the images that we'd like to show. We'd like to have a post, right? And it tries to upload them. And in this case, we have this space, and space is encoded, and it doesn't understand it. We can turn it into a real space, but then our Markdown preview will not understand it. So yeah. Then I think this is our image, but let me go there and just copy one of the existing images, right? And put it there as well, because why not, right? So that's it. Let's push it. Hopefully from the second time it works. Bam. Yeah. So starts again. Yeah, nothing. So if we go to Picom and we go to the blog, you can see, well, here it is. It's our post with all the images, with everything rendered, and if we check the the settings, you will see that this is what we have decided to use, right? And what's important is that if we look at the URL, I think I just want to show this, and then, you see, for the image that we have used from the previous post, the URL is absolutely the same. So we're not uploading images again and again. They're cached, and if we reuse them, it will be just one image. So I think that's it. I think. What can I show more? Oh yeah. If you go to the client page, and it's hosted in the repo under my user kent3p/blg, you can have a look. And the important feature of this blog client is that it's not bolted to Picom. Right, there is an interface, and we can have a look on the interface. Here is the interface, just a handful of functions that you can implement for your service specifically, right? And then blog will just work for your service. And it's important to note that it's not that. Of course, I'm a Markdown fan, but Markdown is not a requirement. It's up to every service to implement parsing and rendering of the body. And also it's up to every service to decide which headers are supported, right? So you can do whatever you like. And I think in near future, I'll add if you support for a couple of blogging platforms, well, just for fun. I think that's it. Thanks everybody for watching and have a good night.